तो हम लोग आज से कुछ नया शुरू करने जा रहे हैं। बेसिकली हम लोग गेम्स बिल्ड करेंगे यूजिंग बेवी गेम इंजन। हम लोग छोटी छोटी गेम्स क्रिएट करेंगे सो दैट आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट अंडर द हुड। विल यूज दीज गेम्स एज माइलस्टोन्स। धीरे धीरे करके हम लोग बिल्ड करते जाएंगे कंसेप्ट्स and we'll build a strong foundation and then we'll proceed with the dream game. So this is going to be like a journey, but the thing is we will use AI in a limited way. Like we'll not use AI to write any kind of code or make the AI work for me, but instead we'll just use AI something like we have been using Google. So if I go and search something on Google, so I can search like how to do this thing, how to do that thing, how to find the difference of vectors so that I can get the direction. But that will give me a lot of information if I go and search it directly on the Google. What AI is going to help me with is it is going to go through all those things that are available on Google and generate me kind of a summary like how can I proceed with it. That is going to give me information and knowledge, and then I will use that knowledge to build on the things that I want to. So yes, we are going to use AI, but not the way probably you think we will. We'll not code using the AI. So that is one thing. And yes, we are using the Bevy game engine, Rust programming language. और हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कि हम लोग विद इन टाइम लिमिट्स, विद इन गिवन टाइम फ्रेम्स हम लोग वो चीज़ें कंप्लीट करें। नहीं हो पाया तो कोई बात नहीं, but we'll try for it. This is going to be like a hobby project. All of these projects are going to be hobby projects. I'll have limited time for these, probably just 1 hour a day or something like that. I'll try to extend that as much as I can so that we can make progress sooner, we can make progress faster, but no pressure. I don't want to do it this way, like following a strict timeline and then delivering with it that timeline, because this is something that I do for fun. This is something that I enjoy, creating systems, making mechanics and art side of it. I don't want to do these things under pressure, so no timelines. Most probably 1 hour a day, at max 2 hours a day, and that is going to be it. uh, yes, so let's begin. So here we go. We'll start from playing some music. Chill, lofi most probably. Let's start from creating a new project. That's how we're going to deal with this. We'll start from a brand new project. So as of now, the project is as simple as hello world. We'll just create a new project. We'll add Bevy as a dependency to this. Here we go. Now go for the compilation, go for the build. This is going to take some time. I'll just sit back and relax. In the meantime, I will look for the optimized way of doing this. I'll go into the Um, Here we go. While this happens, just quickly go and check. So we have community, we have the analyze as a dependency, and that would be right. Yeah, we can add this manually. That we need this. So while it may not be issue for simpler projects, deb- debug builds in Rust can be very slow, especially when you start using Ruby to make real games. It's not uncommon for debug builds using the default configuration to take multiple minutes to load last 3D models, or for the frame rate for simple scenes from drop near to unplayable levels. Fortunately, there is a simple fix. We don't have to give up faster to the comparison and the following to your card. Okay, I'll just copy paste this. Uh, 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 hmm. Yes, I'm using Vim extension in this VS Code. So we're close. In the meantime, I'll try to look for other optimization. So use more optimization. What's there? Was an optimization. Well, we're not building it for WebAssembly or for the browser. I think we can ignore this one for now. If in future we decide that we want to make it playable on browser, we can come here and add these. But enable fast compilation. So dynamic linking is something we want. Tranquil. Okay, sounds easy. Force. I think it's force. Want to add the features. Maybe then we will to each run. Okay, so this is the one we want to go with. Alternative linkers. Nah, I don't think I will go with alternative linkers. Nightly Rest compiler. We will not go with this one. Crane lift. What is this? New nightly only crane lift is not for us if we are not going for nightly in the first place. Generic sharing creates to share monomorphized generic code instead of duplicating it. Okay. So if you don't know, monomorphization is we have types, generic types, and traits. This monomorphization term is something related to Rust. So the compiler writes the full code for the generic codes, for the generic part of the codes completely at the compile time. That is, we can create a generic function, or templating is a word here. So we can create templates of functions, methods, or classes, or things like that. Not classes is in other languages. We don't have classes in Rust, but monomorphization is expanding the code for the generic types at the compile time. So what this does is, at the compile time we have the complete code, and then we don't have to think about it at the runtime. So this is monomorphization. If I have to show you Rust questions. Yeah, during intermediate ones. What is there should be like pointers. It was somewhere just right here. So there are two things: monomorphization and specialization. Specialization is similar to monomorphization, but it's in the context of traits. I think it's in the advanced mission dispatch monomorph. So monomorphization is a technique utilized by compiler to optimize the code, but they have different objective monomorphizations involved. In objectives, monomorphization involves the compiler generating specialized code for every concrete type based use in the structs or generic functions during compilation. So basically, it writes specialized code for concrete types. That is either a struct or a generic function. This means that the generic function is called with a specific type. The compiler generates unique version of the function for that type. The compiler can optimize these specialized versions more efficiently. Concrete type is unknown, is known, allowing for better performance. So specialization is similar. It's just in the context of traits. Creates a function based on the traits implemented for a given type. Okay, I think compilation is done. Yes, we are ready. It's just we are still looking for the optimizations, right? We'll add the dynamic linking. Done. Kaboom. Then content generic sharing. So what is this about? Yeah, in some cases this allows a precompile, so it doesn't affect iterative compiles. This is currently only available on nightly, so again not available for us. Improve runtime performance. Okay. Maybe dependencies do a lot of trace logging. Nice. Tracing is something that we want. That is not relevant for an end user. To improve runtime performance, you can add the following to the dependencies section: carbotomol, log levels, and compile time, so that they do not need to be filtered out while the app is running. Cheers. I'll go with this one. Max level debug release max level 1. Yes. What was that again? It's log, right? So we'll just do here. But we need to add this one dependency. It's fine. We'll save this. Yeah. Yes. So here we go. We'll just do cargo B again. Oh my god, it's again going to take a lot of time. I think it's because we just enable dynamic linking, so it's doing it once and then we should be good. Okay, so build now run cargo run. Pregnancy should start running. Cheers. So this will cover our basic setup. I'll wait until this is done, and from here onwards we will start thinking what we want to build. I have not thought it yet. Start thinking what is something that we want to build. I'll go through some examples, a couple of examples, and we'll try to get some idea what is the smallest possible shippable thing that we can create for today, that a player might have fun playing. So we do have the build. So if I run the cargo run command, what we get is the basic hello world setup. This is not exactly what we want in our game, so we'll just go and modify it a little. We have the main.rs, we have cargo toml, which in which we are using the latest edition. I think 2024 is, yeah, 2024. Then we have the dependencies, Bevy and log, and optimization levels. Okay. mm, Now in here, what I want is I will import. How do I? So that you can also hear what I say. I can also type. I think this should be nice, right? I really hope so. I don't know. Let's see how this works. So I will just quickly go and do use preview, prelude. That's not registering. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Never preview and start. I think it's. Yeah, it's loading things. Preview and start. So basically use everything that is inside the prelude. Remove this. Use app. How was that? Let's go and check this out. Apps. We have the app, but yes. How do we sound? I don't know. Yes, here we go. So yeah, we have this. I think it's rebuilding. How it builds. We were checking. Yeah, we have the app. App initializes the world, adds a scheduler. So we have the schedules, and then we can insert in plugins. So how the ECS works, that comes later. But what I want is first thing is I need, yeah, this one. So we can create a new app and add systems to it, add plugins to it, and we can decide. I really hope that this is inside this music only. Regardless, let's move further. I don't think we need this anymore. With mine going away. Yeah, next time you won't look like you want to go away. Okay, so we have the root. Okay. In this, what I want is I want to import or create a new app. So we're going to do this and add plugins, default plugins, and just dot run. So this is basically all that we need to do. Like this is we can add as many plugins as we want. We can run our application afterwards. It's nice. So I can create multiple plugins which are going to have the systems, and we can mention if we want to run those systems on update or when or once at the starting, that is start system start, I think something like that. um, Basically, yeah, startup add systems, and need to go through this one, right? So we can add plugins are structurally default plugin startup article. Nice and easy. Yeah, So this is how we create a plugin. What I'm going to do is I will to remove file here. I will say well, movement is something that I want first, right? Movement with RS, but just movement is not nice. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll just create the plugin here. I don't know what to name it, but let's just say I'll make it public so that I can just copy paste it or cut paste it to another file module. So public struct plugin. Okay. Or what we do is we implement. Okay. So what we do is we implement plugin for plugin where this plugin is our plugin and this is from Bevy. If you see, yeah, it's fine. But if you see this plugin, a collection of Bevy app logic and configuration. Plugins configure an app. When an app registers a plugin, the plugin's plugin build function is run. By default, a plugin can only be added once to an app. Makes sense. So we can introduce functions to this. So yeah, we need to introduce this function build. So this build is going to have that logic for add systems. Wait, I'll show you this to you in a second. So function build. It should have a little self app. Self. Uh, so we are going to have a mutual reference to the app type, and then we can have app dot add systems. We are going to do it. We're going to start up or an update, but yes, this comes later. Later at the stage when we have something. So this is how basically you introduce a plugin to your own app, and how would you use it? You just do add plugin, add plugins, and then you mention the name of that plugin. For me, it's just plugin. So if you see now, this is going to take away the warning because we just started using it. It should. We should have an application. We cannot keep it this way. We have to give it something. Let's say player plugin. Yep, makes more sense. So the thing is, the names that we give, we need to give them on basis of some standards. Rust uses uh, this standard. I don't know what the name is. I forgot. I will show you. Yeah, now it is going to mention the camel case. Should have a metal camel case now, right? So player plugin. I think this one's Pascal. I don't remember anymore. Plugin. And therefore this is not valid. We need to make this player plugin. Done. Kaboom. Uh, so we should be able to see a window. There's debugging and there's a window. Fuck, lots and lots of logs. Well, I shouldn't say that word, but just think of it like, may say say it in some situations. So we have the boom boom, we have a window, we don't have an interaction, but we have something, right? And all of this comes right away just with this much of code. We just include the bevy and basically all of the bevy, uh, but the things that are available in Prelude. We created a small plugin which is basically an empty plugin. We don't have anything in it, and we just created a skeleton. In this skeleton, we have some level of optimizations so that we don't have to rebuild everything. I don't think I would rebuild everything anyways, but we have this dynamic linking. What is that? Dynamic linking. And we have a starting point. From here onwards, everything that I will introduce to the plugin because I just use that plugin here. And once the file starts becoming large, I will take this plugin and put it in another file. But what should be the name of the file? That I will decide on basis of what functionality does it serve. Most probably I will be refactoring this one. But for now, I have kept the name play plugin. Let's go with this one now. Hello guys, welcome back. So we had a little bit of progress and then we just decided that we would go to sleep. Just chilling, chill lofi. I'll pick up the mic and say when I feel like I have something to say. Otherwise, I'm just keeping it down. So we imported everything from Vivi, Prelude. We were discussing how we could keep all our functionality in a plugin, and then how would we use that plugin. Now I need to brainstorm a little for what should we make. Right, we'll go and check out some references. I kind of like the art style here. Looks engaging. Foresight. Wow, this looks interesting. Okay, here's a solid neon comment. Community arcade. See through the through a procedurally lit neon lights. Neon lights. Like man. Companion emotion. Select annoying lamps. Select off. Each metal stones. So this is the best idea that this could give. Neon palette. Yeah, basically something that is shiny, attractive. Also, because it's emissive in nature, it will require comparatively not a lot of assets because shine is covering majority of it. That's how Claude is thinking. One life. Hit traffic once and it's over. Chase the high score. Sure, it's like that bike ride game. Two more in random locations. Upping more tempo. Down minimal asset creation needed precision geometry. Yeah, that is there. So I can have something like 3 lanes, 5 lanes, and then I'm driving through it. If I touch anything, so collision. If something collides with me, game over. Mm, okay, so this is kind of a thing. No dialogues, no story, no cutscenes, just mechanics. Ah, we just skipped all of the optimization, right? Thumbnail post with making simple collision detection, randomized spawning. I think it's really easy to make this in Unreal Engine. But the thing with that is it will be bloated. It's too small to be built in Unreal Engine. Regardless, we'll do this in Dev anyways. I think the kind of game this should be within the range of 25 to 30 at max 50 megabytes. So if we will build this in Bevy, obviously. If I have to show you, this is my target folder. As of now, it's 11 GPs because we have these things. Yeah, so the boom boom itself is just 47 kbs. It will run. Yeah, it will not run. Cannot be seen because reinstalling the program may fix it. Fuck it. How about if we do cargo or run, but for the release version? Again, it is going to take some time because now it's putting the release. There will be a different folder here saying release, and this will have optimized binary for the release. This is also going to increase the size of the target folder because release is going to be different folder with almost everything that is in debug, except a couple of other things. But yeah. Meanwhile, we will just go through how can we make something. So the things that I will is we'll go with the prototype first. So for that we'll just use cubes, cylinders, capsules, cubes for the road. So we'll have a road on which our bike can bike. We will have a capsule which will be nice as player, and everything else is going to be a sphere or a cylinder, cuboid, another cube. So just two things. Like, we need a capsule and a cube. We'll use cube for the road as well as the obstacles, and then we'll use the capsule. Now, the things that we are going to need is a movement system. There are two ways to handle this. It's basically that infinite run thing, right? So either I can make the land move. So how will that happen is there will be a piece of land with a trigger box at the end of the land or the beginning of the land. Whenever that gets triggered or collided or overlapped, we'll generate a new piece of land. We'll have something like 3 to 4 land pieces already moving in the pool, and whenever the first land piece goes out of or triggers another volumetric area, goes out of bound. Bound is described through some digit or some interaction. Whenever that happens, and the first land piece should get destroyed, and the new one should be created at a specific position. Not a big deal. Basically, all the games handle this. So we'll need movement system. We need to define what is going to move. So I think land is something that we are going to go with. Land will move. It will make it appear like bike is going forward, but actually the land will be the thing. Or maybe we can keep the land still. And the bike also still. It's just that the vehicles that are coming from forward or going in our direction, but maybe faster or slower, are the things that are moving. Then I will also have to move, otherwise I won't be able to feel the velocity. Yeah, let's go do it this way. Or we can build a lab. 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 We can build a lab And whenever we hit a specific trigger, the orientation of the lab changes. Basically, something procedural as well. Um, how would I do something like that? So, I don't know. I have no idea. Get idea. Yeah, let's start with having a land first in the game. So land is going to be an entity. We'll figure out the logic later. Or maybe I should do it right now, but yeah, let's get some progress. But no, let's hold it right here. Try to figure out things. Oopsie. So if you see here, it's right. Yeah, see because baby data was not found. Reinstalling the baby program may fix the problem. Okay. So code execution requires. Okay, let's do a complete file clean. And also delete the cargo lock file. Okay, there's nothing else target anymore. Nice. Do cargo and release. Now it's going to do that dynamic linking thing. Probably missed. Yes. What the best drink ever. While this happens, let's go and browse a little bit. Oh fuck, this is so laggy. It's because of this, right? And this. Yeah, obviously. It's a lot. I think I should give it a pause here. No? Things you have to deal with when you're working on a laptop. Okay. This looks nice. How do I? I think I will create an environment first, mm, using some of the software. I create that image and I will just use that image as my base, almost my real image, rather than giving each image as off. What I can do is I can use individual images as objects and then I can place them somewhere. Then I can destroy them, each one of them. Because if I. Yeah, anyways, let's start from making an image first. How do I do that? Today. I don't think I have to taste from. So I have 256 and 5 It's no real so 6. But I have one course. Um, thus 2560 5120 8 8 9 550. So I need 8 of such images vertically and 10 of such images horizontally. That would make it 2560 by 400. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. No, what am I six? Yeah, I need to reduce it. Four. I'm sure if I want four. I need four. 2048. So I need only four of these. Whatever that would make it. 204. Okay. So it's horizontal. Right? Let's go with this and see how this works. Mm, nice. Move to it, right. Trying to use a move to it. Fuck yes. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, so here we are. We have wall 1, base, wall 2, wall 3, and wall 4. So we have 4 walls and ground to move on. This is what I will be using for now. Or what I think is I can probably, yeah, I will just use this one. I will make it, I don't know how like do the collision. I have no idea. The bike thing. Let's do the bike thing. The bike thing is pretty common. I don't know how to do that. We'll build something much more fun. So something that I would enjoy. So yeah, this is there. And this is. I'll just explode it and save it. Because this is related to boom boom. And it's okay. Saves. From Purple One. We'll export this one. Page. Right. So, introducing. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. And here we are. The thing is, how do we import that, right? So we need to spawn. In here we need to give it a bundle. Now this bundle is going to have us an image or transform. I think that is pretty much it for now. We'll also give this ground as a tag so that whenever we want to point out to this ground, we can just say that an entity which has the component ground. Just show it to me.
So the way this works is, the browsing searches now going inside the assets folder. Another way of something assets folder. The assets folder, working by my asset saves, or have to keep the address of saves, and then it's allowed and remembered by name of my save.
That I'm trying to use. So just in case if it was not audible before, how this asset server thing works is I have this assets folder. So this asset server goes and checks if the address in the path, well, the path matches. So like ground proto 1, I have given the exact ground proto 1.png, but if it was inside the saves, I would have to add the saves and then slash here. So I don't need to give the name of the folder assets because it is searching in the assets folder itself by default. So I have the transform, I have sprite. Now this should work. I need for now I will just do a quick startup. I'll add this one to the plugin later. I will create a different plugin for this, something like setup game or something like that, in which I will have all the initial setup like camera and all. With that I also need to have camera. Let's see what happens. Nothing will happen. Fuck, why is it reloading again? I did this dynamic linking thing, you know? Uh, if it happens one more time, I will just remove the dynamic linking.
Okay. So, did we see something?
Could we see something? No. I think I did this perfectly fine. But yeah, obviously we did not include it. That's what we discussed last time, right? So here we go. We have included the system which actually spawns the camera and the please. Nah, I didn't. Yeah, it did. It did. Fuck, it did. Nice. Now either I can scale it down to 0.5. We'll have to do something about this though. What we can do is you can obviously select this, move it around, make it look like it's complete. How would we do that? We don't need this at all. So what will we do this is we will just hide this one. This is this one. So yes, looks more complete. Just this one, right? This one. We'll do a copy paste for this one. Can't say, can't tell. Nice. Now save this. I will export this one and kaboom, we're ready. We'll save it here. Yes, we'll replace this. Okay. Now, when we run, should be able to see that. Here we go. Okay, it looks very much more better like this than this because whenever we go full screen, we have this thing. What we can do is we can just delete this part, and just insert a wall here.
Hmm. Hmm. Understand. Nice. Do it.
Just do it. Perfecto. 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 Do one thing. Select all. Move them a little bit up. Oh my god, this is fucked. Delete it from all the layers. This one. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is good enough. Nice. But then this looks bad. Maybe if I could just. And then if I could just. Delete. Oh my god, I just fucked up. Cannot do that. Can I? So how would I just want to. I want to keep it till here. Cannot do that. If I remove that, it's red seam. Cannot. Only if I could do something like. In this one, I'll just remove this part. This is nice. Cheers. Now we are talking. So we just created an asset using some assets which we have imported into a game, which looks cool enough to get started with this. I have no idea how I'll introduce collision to this. Eventually, we'll figure this out or go through some tutorials or something like that. But yes, here we are.